Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I can walk around. There you go, Steve. And Namisa, thank you very much for that introduction. And what incredible presentations tonight. I think you'll all agree. And for everyone who's here and been invited here, you can see what's so special about this is that COP. Are the people in it, everything they bring to it, the experiences we've had, really, really special. I know it's late, and Savantic has been so patient. You just the whole evening. You haven't hurried anyone along. I'm going to do 10 slides in 5 minutes, and then I'm going to hand over to Regina, who's going to do 5 minutes. So we're going to stick to our 10. Here we go. So I just firstly wanted to say, for me, it's been an incredible privilege this past year. There's been two sides to it. On the one hand, IQ Business has had a long relationship with PFB and Louise, and it's been a great privilege to be a part of it. And Louise said to our CEO, listen, when are you guys going to actually take part in the program and put one of your people on it? And Adam, our CEO, said, no, we've got to do that. So I got the first nomination, which was an incredible privilege. And we've just signed up a second partner to do it down in Cape Town. So it's been great for us to be a part of it. But I think that the special second part of it for me was Regina and the relationship. And like everyone has said, you really don't know. Okay, now this is going to get complicated. I have to put this in here. You really don't know what you're about to embark on, what the journey is like. And you meet, and it's this first meeting, and you're not quite sure, and you start this relationship, and you're trying to follow the rules, and Savantika's telling you what to do, and it's almost a bit awkward at first. And then suddenly it starts to evolve, and that's when it gets special. So I believe I have a principal extraordinaire. She's the founding principal of Sgodiphola High School, and it took me a while to get my tongue around that and remember that, and even longer to spell it, so I'm glad I'm there. But she's a leader to 40 staff. She's an absolute networker. She's a bridge between business, the community, and the school, and she's a mother to 1,401 learners. She does an incredible job, and seeing her in action has been an absolute privilege. And that's really what's made it special for me, how Regina has welcomed me into that school, into her heart, into her community. That's something that I will always cherish, and something that will be something that's really important to me. So I'm the one additional learner of the 1,400, and Regina said that I'm now honorary father of the Sgodiphola house, which is wonderful. I'm thinking of what things I can now do. She said I can instill the discipline. So just very quickly, in my 3 minutes left, 2.5, it is a no-fee school. The chalenges, 1,400 students, limited budgets. We've seen a lot of this being spoken of today. Given the location, security, keeping criminals out, forgive the few typos, especially on weekends, it's a problem. The parents lack time and money to support the school, and in some ways it's a victim of its own success with a 92% pass rate, which is absolutely incredible. But the government wants more and is pushing and pushing for that. So what we did is we planned together, and I think Regina's going to finish this in the 5 minutes, so you've got the last word, which is absolutely appropriate. But in terms of this, we planned this day, and we planned it almost the whole year. We were talking about things we could do, and we were saving for it and planning for it. And so I'm just going to show you quickly a few pictures of what we did. It was a really special day. We celebrated it on Saturday. And I think what was incredible to me was, I was planning it out as a business person does, and we managed to get 35 people from IQ there, and that was amazing, and they really put time in. But Regina got 55 people from the community, parents, teachers, and everyone worked side by side together. Or you can see the stats of everything that was brought to it: erecting palisades, fixing broken windows, painting, breaking down old water fountains. But just the way that we worked side by side together to achieve something was really good, and a good celebration of this year together. So here's us setting up and getting ready for the start of it. Here's breaking down water fountains with sledgehammers, and at 8 that evening we managed to finish off some proper drinking troughs versus the fountains that existed that weren't really working properly, so that was very special. We put palisade across the bottom of the school, which was wonderful to be able to do, so really grateful to IQ for the support that they gave, and the people and everyone coming together. That's people painting and replacing window panes, and lots of cleaning. As all the principals know, it's really difficult with the budget you have amidst everything else you're doing to keep the school maintained. So people really scrubbed and worked hard and cleaned. And I think the special moment came when at the end of the day we all got to make our mark. So we'd had this plan that we were going to get the naughtiest kids involved in the school. And by them being there and working hard, and Regina did it, she got them there, which I think was no small feat. But we got them there, and they were dancing and having so much fun and so proud of it, and everyone wrote their names in it. My wife, who was there, was telling me that they were saying in some words she couldn't quite understand, and she was sure they weren't all good words, that if any of those other naughty kids came to the school and didn't look after the school, they were going to get it. And so they will go and protect their school. So you can see in the plaque our names were etched in there, which was lovely. And then Regina agreed to a tradition. We handed out caps for everyone in addition to the Boerewors shawls, and every Monday and Wednesday they're wearing their caps, which we're really proud of. It's meant so much to us. In Savantica Secret Service, we say, and these are some of the things, I think, very similar to everything that everyone has said. I'm not going to dwell on it because I know we're out of time. Of course, we had to submit our forms and behave, so we shall. But really, I wanted to hand over to Regina because my time's up, and it's a blank canvas ahead. But thank you, Regina. Thank you to the COP. Thank you to Symphonia. It's been great to be a part of it.
I don't think I need this. I'll talk from heart. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I think much has been said, and I think strategically, PFP, you put me as the last person. Savantica, you know that this person is talking too much. For you to challenge me, it's just to bring me to this time and give me this little time. I'm not going to say anything that has not been said. A lot has been said, and that is true. And really, I was sitting and saying to myself, really, are we going to lose this family? I'm just fighting with myself to say, it can't be true that this is the end, Savantica. This is not true, and this is very hurting to say. We cannot part, and my appeal is, let that chat continue. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing that I've learned, and I'll never forget. This listening skill has solved a lot of my problems as a principal. I've come with almost half of my team. They are here. They wanted to say, really, what is it that has changed you so much? And I don't want to go into details. The father of the school, David, it's a competition at our school to take that position. It's not an easy position to become a father. When we started, we had that challenge of saying, how do we keep the school running? Then we came up with a family tree, and we saw in our vision and mission that a school is like a family. A family has got all the structures, the brothers, the sisters, the uncles, the grandparents, you name them all. And everybody has got a role. Why do we have a child in the family? Why do we have an uncle? Why do we have a sister? So we started placing everybody who came to our school with the help of a guy that is called the son of the soil, a teacher that was born and bred up in the community, a teacher that welcomed me. So we said, we have so much problem of running schools. Every day you are faced with a problem. And on your own, definitely, schools are not functioning. I wish, and I'm going to make it my responsibility, to make sure that this program is known in the education fraternity. I'm going to follow you, Savantica. I don't know how, but with this team, this family, we are going to follow you. You heard what they said. We are really going to follow. David Nell, if you get to Sgodiphola, from those naughty boys that have been signing their names to the most responsible ones, the teachers up there, the youngest of them all there is like one of the matriculants. Everybody talks about David Nell. Once they see somebody light in complexion, they will just say, Principal, David Nell is here. And when I run out, it's not David Nell. And several times I'll say, guys, please, let's not make this mistake. Because I'll go out running, and when I get there, it's not David Nell. So we had to introduce him. And the last thing, David, since Saturday, any problem that is there, they just come and say, ma'am, can you call David Nell and say, we've got toilets are not fixed, son. And then in the kitchen, the pot is leaking. When is David Nell coming? The nice part of it, it's not just David, it's David Nell, the father of the school. He has taken the competition. Lastly, I would like to thank the family. We have gone through a lot. There were times when it was difficult. You will just post to the family and say, I can't make it, I have this problem. Rest assured, everybody will send messages. This is a blessed family. I thank the corporate world, and I wish that we continue. Sbu, you are a very pushy principal. Day in and day out. I cannot imagine from tomorrow when there's no text that strengthens us. Day in and day out. I'll read, I'll leave it and forget, but the guy will continue. Same with David. I had my child going to hospital. He was calling at night and even asking, what can I do for you? And I was like, what is it that he wants to do? Very soft-spoken. And we lost a teacher. And when I told him, he just said to me, okay, Regina, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, where and how? And I saw him coming in. And I just took him to the staff and said, yes, David Nell, my partner. And I thought the team will be here to sing. That's when he saw the school choir singing. Without any waste of time, I can see the look from our boss.